I'm Karen. Welcome to my channel. We're in a fast-paced world today. There's always an appointment, there's always a chore, there's always a need. And as women, we feel that pinch, whether or not we're working. We get to the end of the day, we've done 1,000 things, and still we feel like we haven't done enough. It's so important in a fast-paced world like this to pursue rest. Our family needs us healthy, we need us healthy. So today, that's what we're going to talk about, pursuing rest. I think we all know that we need rest, but it's not exactly trending in our fast-paced society. And a lot of times, as moms, we feel guilty for even thinking we're going to take that rest. But I think it's interesting that the God of all gods and the judge of all judges, God himself, is gentle with us. And in Isaiah 40:11, he says, "He tends his flock like a shepherd. He gathers the lambs in his arms and carries them close to his heart. He gently leads those who have young." Isn't it interesting that maybe God is more gentle with us than we are with ourselves? Is that right? Why do we feel this guilt? It's not right. We need to be well. We need to be healthy so that we can do the things that we're called to do in our day, so that we can take care of our families the best way possible. So, I suggest that the first thing you do is have a chat with your husband if you're married and tell him, "Honey, I need rest and I need to set aside time," so that he knows what's happening. And then the next thing I think you should do is think about your resources. Is that something your husband can provide? Could he be home on a day off while you take time for yourself? Maybe that's not possible. Could you trade off with a friend? Could you take her kids on your day? Could you take her kids on her day, and could she take your kids on your day? Or is there someone in your church who might be willing to stay with the kids? Or a relative nearby, someone that you trust? Or, if that's not possible, is there someone you could hire for a day? Do you have that financial ability? And then, once you've decided your resources, you can start planning your day. And just so you know, I will have something for those of you who don't have someone who could watch the kids, a way for you to get rest even though your kids are with you 24/7. But for those of you who do have someone, now that you've decided on your resources, now it's time to set up that day. And what you need to do, in my opinion, is to plan that ahead. Get it on your planner, get it on your daily calendar that the family sees. Then work up to that day. That should be a day that doesn't include laundry, that doesn't include cleaning. So what you can do is make sure your laundry's caught up. You're looking forward to that day like it's a holiday. So you don't want to be doing laundry on Christmas. Don't do laundry on your day off. Get it caught up before that day. Get the house as clean as possible before that day. Run around in the morning and just do a quick wipe down of things that can't wait. Maybe you could cook ahead. You might plan a meal for a friend when they're sick, but would you plan a meal for yourself for your day off? Get a meal in the freezer or refrigerator that can just be popped out and popped in to be reheated. Or something super duper easy that can go in the crock pot in the morning that doesn't take a lot of mixing and planning. Maybe it's going to be muffins for breakfast or cereal for the kids. And then a sandwich for lunch that you've made the day before and put in the fridge. Or maybe they're old enough to make their own. Either way, try to schedule that day in such a way that you do not have responsibilities in the home, so that you can really have a true day of rest. Then, plan ahead. What am I going to do with that day? What do you find relaxing? Maybe it's a day in a coffee shop. Maybe it's a day in a bookstore, or out shopping, or on a beach. Maybe it's a nice drive out into the country, or a movie that you go and you sit all by yourself and you get the snack you want and you eat your popcorn and you watch that movie. It doesn't matter what it is, it just matters that it's something that you find restful. Now for me, I like some time alone. I need to just relax and I need to just clear my mind. But for someone else, they might love and be energized by being with people. So maybe your day is actually a day with a friend that you guys can just go and hang out and laugh and trade stories and just have a fun day and know that you're not alone as a mom. Maybe what you'd like to do is binge watch Netflix. That's okay. You have childcare, go lock yourself in your room. Have a bubble bath. Binge watch Netflix. Get your stuff ready the day before, and then you're not wasting time the day of trying to figure out what you're going to do. Because I know as a mom, sometimes when I have that time away, I'm a little frozen. It's just been so long, I don't even know what to do with myself. I might get together with a friend. I'm not used to having an hour or two uninterrupted where I have a conversation. I've kind of lost some of my conversational skills. So it's important that you figure out what would be best for your day and plan it in advance so you're not wasting time trying to figure out what you're going to do. Now, what about those of you who don't have someone who can take your kids? How about this? Why not plan a movie day for the kids? Figure out in advance what movies they're going to watch. Get the movie snacks together, get everything all set up the day before, and get them excited. You know, I find that because I have a large family, I have 4 younger children, I have 3 older children, so it's really the 4 younger children that would be having a movie day. It's best if I plan ahead what movies they're going to watch. That way they're not spending time going back and forth on what movies they like, don't like, and disagreeing with each other on what to watch. It's just better for us if we just plan that ahead. And that way my time off isn't spent with them bickering over what movie they're going to watch. So, plan a movie day. Again, if you can, plan up to that day that you don't have chores and laundry and all these things waiting for you. Do the same as the mom who's going to leave for the day, and try to make sure that you don't have responsibilities in the home, because also it's not very restful if you know the next day you're going to be dealing with a hurricane that just hit your house. You know, there's just laundry everywhere, there's toys everywhere. You know, get the kids involved, have them have their chores so that you're not dealing with a mess the next day. And then, what are you going to do? You're home with the kids. If they're old enough, you could be in your room watching Netflix, reading a book, knitting, crocheting, scrapbooking, you know, spending some time on a hobby, developing a hobby. And again, I suggest, you know, whether it's a spa day for you, a reading day, or a combination of a lot of things, that you get all that stuff gathered and ready the day before, so that when it happens, you're ready to relax and not to be gathering things, looking for things. Because if it's me, I'll lose the book and I can't even find it. Now I'm frustrated and I'm more annoyed than ever because I can't even find a book to relax with. So I just think it's important to find those things the day before so that you're ready to rest. And for those of you who have young children that can't watch a movie, that's an extra exhausting time of life. And I just do hope for all of you, you could find someone that could even give you a couple hours to go away and just rest. But if you can't, when my kids were little, I found it really helpful to just take like 5 or 10 minutes to sit in a chair and deep breathe. I would use the deep breathing method we all learned in Lamaze class. And I would just in my nose and out my mouth and take some time to just relax, to pray for strength and endurance and patience for the day, and to just breathe in and out and take that time to relax. I found that made a huge difference in my day. Or maybe it's an hour that you could take when your babies are napping. And maybe your other kids could be having a quiet time. One of the things I used to do when my kids were young, they were old enough to do a chore, but they were still young. I would say, hey, here's an idea. You can either spend some time playing in your bedroom for an hour, or you can stay down with mom and clean, because mom's going to clean. And I found that 10 times out of 10, they chose to go play quietly in their room while mom cleaned. And what I would do is I would buzz around that house in 15 minutes and clean up, and then I would spend 45 minutes relaxing and pulling out something that was relaxing to me. I really hope that you can take this video to heart and to take some time for yourself to rest. It's okay. You need time. Your family needs a mom and a wife who's well rested. It helps us to be more patient and more kind. And it helps us to be able to get the work done we need when it's time to work, if we can rest when it's time to rest. If you liked this video and it helped you, I hope that you will hit that like button and consider subscribing. I'm This Mainer Mom, and my goal is to provide real life help for real life moms. Thank you.